So the next movement that we'll cover is going to be based on your vertical power, the vertical jump. Obviously, if you're in basketball, football, even baseball these days, these kids are facing this type of movement, this type of test to really measure your true vertical power. So using the principles that we used in the broad jump, it's the exact same thing I want you to use in the vertical jump. I want you to put those hip flexors on stretch. I want you to put the abdominals on stretch so we can get the most vertical that we possibly can and no muscles are inhibiting you. So first and foremost is all about the stand. I want your feet shoulder width apart right underneath your hips. I want you lining that inside shoulder directly underneath the end of the sticks. So when you place that hand up, you'll be touching the outside of those sticks. Same thing with the broad jumps. We want to utilize the arms as much as possible. Longer lever equals more power, so we need to get the arms into play. I want the athlete to find their rhythm with their arms. As they come down, I want them to forcefully collapse the chest. So we're collapsing that chest to the knees, swinging the arms back. We want to clear the hips with the arms and then powerfully swing them back forward again. As we clear the hips with our arms, we want to extend them upright, completely straight upright. We don't want to shoot out or we don't want to jump backwards. We want to shoot straight up. What I try to have my athletes do now is I try not to have them overreach. What I want them to do is I want them to reach the scapula at the last minute. What this is going to do is it's going to allow us to get full power and then that last little reach by extending the lats. I don't want them swiping at the sticks. What I want them to do is actually think about climbing them and just basically tap them with your fingertips. If we were to swipe down at the sticks, we would actually end up missing some of them. Now, as far as another tip that I normally see that kids can get away with another couple inches is when they're measuring you on the actual vertical jump test. You want to retract your scapula, right? So that when you're up there and you're measuring, you're giving yourself a couple inches automatically right there. And then when you go to touch, you're gonna be able to reach a little bit further. So like I mentioned, it's very similar to the broad jump as far as our base of exploding with our arms and our hips. The main keys that you want to learn with the vertical jump is you want to be able to have a retracted shoulder blade when you're measuring, which will give you automatically a couple inches when you go to actually do the test. Then what you want to do is you want to save that shoulder until the last minute. Then you want to extend it overhead as far as possible. Remember, we don't want to swipe at the sticks. We want to climb them and basically tap them. All they care about is you touching the stick. They don't need you to slap it.